girls, welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out the Behringer Chorus Symphony. Let's go! So, welcome back. Today we're checking out this Behringer pedal, which is another one of the series of Behringer new pedal clones of very famous and vintage gear. This pedal is of course the CE1 from ROland, and yeah, it has the same almost the same settings. It has the high and low in setting for the input trim. It has the switch for going to vibrato and chorus, and the effect can be turned on or off. Different to the original, this one isn't always on. The input trim, the input gain effect is only on when the pedal is engaged. When it's off, it's bypassed, which could be a good or bad thing, depends on what you're searching for. There is only one knob for the chorus, just like the one, and the depth and rate for the vibrato section. It is powered by a 9-volt, and it has a 1 input and 2 outputs, so it can go in stereo or mono. But now, let's hear it, and then I'll tell you what I think. So, what do you think? I think it sounds good, especially considering the price and that there aren't many affordable clones of this kind of pedal. I recently made a video on the Warm Audio one, which I really fell in love and I almost kept it. It was the one of the best choruses and generally one of the best pedals I've ever tried, and yeah, I think I will be buying it in the future, but right now I can't justify it because I simply won't use it enough. I already have a vintage chorus on my pedal, but yeah, that beast, I really fell in love with that, and I hope that this sounded at least half good as that. And unfortunately, I would love to tell you that this sounds just like the original and it sounds just like the Warm Audio clone, but unfortunately it doesn't. That doesn't mean that it doesn't sound good. I think it's a great sounding chorus and vibrato and a generally good sounding pedal, especially considering the price, the form factor. It's it's more usable form factor. It's also lighter than the Warm Audio clone, but it has one of the features that I really loved about the Warm Audio and the original ROland pedal is the level control, and that you can use it to add a little bit of, you know, sparkle in your sound without really getting distorted and without really having, you know, knowing that the effect is on, but it's there. It's adding a little bit of something to the tone. This one isn't so subtle. Unfortunately, I think that the weak part of the pedal is not the effects. They sound really great, both in stereo and mono, a great sounding chorus, a great sounding vibrato. Maybe a little less versatile than the Warm Audio, for example, which had a speed control for the chorus too. And I think that the vibrato could go a little bit slower than this. This at the slowest rate is still pretty fast. But the issue here is the fact that when you want to use the, you know, the peak level, it's very, very harsh. It's not smooth. It's not just like the original or the Warm Audio clone. This one is a bit, I don't know, I don't want to call it artificial, but you hear that you're clipping and you're clipping in a bad way. I don't know if maybe the transistors that they used, maybe you can fix that by swapping out some components, but out of the box, I think it sounds much less crispy, less vintage. That doesn't mean it doesn't sound bad. And for example, in the intro, the distorted guitar sound for the solo was all from the pedal cranked up with the high setting, with the high impedance settings. So it can sound good, but it doesn't sound like the original. It doesn't sound like the Warm Audio clone. So if you're searching for this kind of pedal, for an always on pedal, I don't think that this is the one. I think you should go to the Warm Audio. But, and I say, this one costs almost a third of that one. And, you know, for the price, if you're searching for a something that goes into that direction, I think this one comes really close, especially with the chorus and with the vibrato. They sound really nice. It could be a little bit more pedal friendly because it's still pretty big. Yeah, it's lighter, but it's still bigger. It's almost as big as a Tonex pedal, for example. Bigger than a Nano Cortex, for example. This is it for comparison. So it's not huge, but it's not small. But yeah, I think that you should consider it, but it's nowhere near as good, unfortunately, as the Warm Audio one. I would have kept it if it was, but unfortunately it isn't. But yeah, if you're searching for something that can give you a vibrato and the chorus, this could be on your shortlist. But if you're searching for that exact sound of the ROland, this comes close, but it's not that. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like it? Do you prefer it to Warm Audio? I'll read you in the comments. So this is it for today. Subscribe if you want to support me, follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!